On the banks up Mersey, or on Cheshire side, lies Runcorn, that's best known to fame for transport of bridge as takes folks over to stream, or else brings 'em back across same. In days afore transport of bridge were put up, a ferry boat lay in the slip, and old Ted the boatman would row folks across at per tuppence per person per trip. Now Runcorn lay over on one side at stream, and witness on t'other side stood. And as nobody wanted to go either place, well, trade wasn't any too good. One evening, to Ted's superlative surprise, 3 customers came into view, and Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom it were, and Albert, the little son, too. "How much for the 3? Mr. Ramsbottom asked, as his hand to his pocket did dip. Ted said same for 3 as would be for 1, per tuppence, per person, per trip. "You're not charging tuppence for that little lad?" said Mother, her eyes flashing wild. "Per tuppence, per person, per trip," answered Ted. "Per woman, per man, or per child." "5 for 3, that's the most I'll pay," said Father. "Don't waste time in talk." "Per tuppence, per person, per trip," answered Ted, "and them as can't pay has to walk." "We can walk and all," says Father. "Come, Mother, it's none so deep." Weather's quite mild, so into the water the 3 of them stepped, and the father, the mother, and the child. The further they paddled, the deeper it got, for they wouldn't give in once begun. In the spirit that's made Lancashire what she is, they'd sooner be drowned than done. Very soon the old people were up to their necks, and the little lad clean out of sight. Said Father, "Where's Albert?" And Mother replied, "I've got hold of his hand, he's all right." Well, just at that moment Pa got an idea, and floundering back to old Ted, he said, "We've walked halfway, come, take us a rest, for half price, that's a penny a head." Well, Ted wasn't standing for none of that there, and making an obstinate lip. "Per tuppence, per person, per trip," Ted replied. "Per trip, or per part of per trip." "All right then," said Father, "let me tap the boat, and I'll pick up the others halfway. I'll row 'em across, and I'll bring back the boat, and threepence into the bargain I'll pay." "'Twere money for nothing," Ted answered. "Right-o." And Father got hold of the sculls. With the sharp end of the boat towards middle of stream, he were there in a couple of pulls. He got Mother out. It were rather a job. With the water she weighed half a ton. Then pushing the oar down the side of the boat, started fishing around for his son. When poor little Albert came up to the top, his collars were soggy and limp, and with holding his breath at the bottom so long, his face were red as a shrimp. Pa took him across, and he brought the boat back, and he said to old Ted on the slip, "Wilt row me across by myself?" Ted said, "Aye, at per tuppence, per person, per trip." When they got to the side, Father laughed fit to bust. He'd got best a bargain, you see. He'd worked it all out, and he'd got his own way, and he paid nobbut 5 for 3.